Well, the biggest names in the internet are joining forces to form the e-lobby. We're talking Google, Facebook, and Amazon, to name a few of the 14 members. The internet giants are banding together to form the Internet Association. The lobby says it's focused on internet freedom, so should Americans have faith that they will do just that? Well, to discuss, I'm joined now by web producer Andrew Blake. Andrew, nice to see you.
As always, pleasure's mine.
All right, we have this new e-lobby joining forces.
The Internet Association.
Internet
Absolutely.
Association,
yes.
as
of
it's
yesterday.
called. As of yesterday.
Yeah, they've been working on it for a few months.
New.
But yeah, just as of yesterday, on the books, right down the street, working in Washington. So because they're so new, we really aren't too sure exactly how things are going to happen. We're just going to have to speculate. We're going to have to look at the records of the places involved to really see what's going to happen. But yeah, it's definitely a new thing, and there's not a lot of information out right now. That's why I'm here.
Oh, that's why we're glad to have you here. Do you think that this is a good thing for internet users?
I don't know. It should be. They're saying it's going to be. The Internet Association is made up of 14 different groups that are pretty much a who's who of World Wide Web entities. I'm talking Facebook, Google, Amazon, eBay, Yahoo, Monster, LinkedIn, pretty much every big name has some sort of input in this lobbying organization. And what they say is that they want to take their influence and they want to take it to Capitol Hill, and they want to make sure that we can continue to have a great, friendly, open internet that everyone can enjoy, and to keep everything nice and great.
And who doesn't want a great, nice, friendly, all those adjectives that you just used? And that's what they're saying they're going to promote. They are a lobby, though, and a lobby does promote their own interests.
Absolutely.
Can we expect that, or is there a danger that their interests can clash with the interests of internet users as a whole?
Absolutely. So we have, like, Google and Facebook, for example, are unarguably the biggest names involved here. And they've spent millions of dollars every single year on lobbying on their own part. So when you take lobbyists from these groups and you put them together, you're combining these millions and millions of dollars. And sure, I'm sure they're going to go ahead and they're going to rally for internet freedoms. Hopefully they'll be successful. I'm absolutely rooting for them. But when you look at their track record on the Hill and you see what these companies have done before in and out of Washington, it raises some questions. Like, for example, both Facebook and Google have, to a degree, they were rallying for the CISPA, the Cyber Intelligence Sharing Protection Act, which has failed, but isn't that great of a legislation? If we go back to earlier this year when we were talking about it, what that would have done was a cybersecurity legislation that would have let the government pretty much go into the servers of third parties and take private information from users like me and you, and give incentives to those companies for sharing, and pretty much let them go in and see everything that you're doing. So while they're going to go ahead and fight for internet freedoms, these are companies who have also kind of wanted to take away privacy online. And so that raises a whole other, whole bunch of questions going on.
And these are the same companies that, on the flip side, they did take part in that internet blackout.
Yes, they did oppose SOFA and PIPA. They were totally against those, which is awesome. And a lot of people were, awesome to me. But yeah, exactly. What really are they going to do after here? And you have to look at what they've done in the past. Like Google and Facebook, they're not known for being like the best, most welcoming, heartwarming, lovely online entities that there are. They've done some questionable things in the past. There's been like SEC investigations into Google. So when they're taking all this money, they're combining with other money, they're going on the Hill, and that they're lobbying for, but like you said, to protect their own interests. What are those interests? We know that they're already rallying for cybersecurity legislation that is bad for the public. So are they going to start putting those millions and billions of dollars into that? We don't know. It's only day 2 so far of the Internet Association. So
I guess we'll have to wait and see. But what we do know is that these are the biggest players on the internet, where a lot of power joining together. How much power exactly do you think they'll have in influencing legislation?
Hell of a lot. I mean, this is Google and this is Facebook. Google, let me dig this up for you. Someone did his homework. So let's go over this real fast. Facebook, this year alone, gave out $500,000 in contributions. That includes $50K to Obama himself, okay? And we go down there, and Google, they've given out way more. But if you look at the relationship between the money that they have and where they've put that money and who's using that money, it raises a lot of questions. So Google has 108 lobbyists right now. More than 80 of them have previously had government jobs. Yahoo, 22 out of 26 of their lobbyists have had jobs. Both, like Yahoo, they've given money to Romney and they've given money to Obama, who both have like major conflicting ideas about how the internet should or shouldn't be regulated. So where are they going to put this money? And also, when you go and look at other connections, for example, we have Lamar Smith, who actually sponsored, SOPA, the Stop Online Privacy Act, is also rallying for the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, FISA, the renewal of that. He holds shares of Google. So obviously, he's going to be wanting them to do one thing, and we already know what he wants to do. Which also raises another good question. If you go back and look at who Google and Facebook have given money to, the paper trail shows a lot of politicians have been favored by these companies who have done some other things, even as recently as last week, which aren't too favorable for online rights, like the FISA amendments that we were just talking about. Google has handed out $5,000 apiece to several congressmen who have voted to reauthorize that legislation, which in turn will let the government go and continue to snoop through all of your emails and phone calls. So might be good for internet freedoms, might not be too good for privacy. Like I said, we're really only on day 2, so we're going to have to just wait and see, I guess.
All right, so I guess we can kind of take a look at their past actions and predict what they're going to do in the future.
You make educated guesses.
Exactly,
we can't really.
Exactly. That's what you're best at. That's why we have you here.
I'm sure they're well-intentioned. The Internet Association seems like they're actually trying to fight a good fight, but when you take money and you put it into politics, and I think a lot of people argue that doesn't.
Sometimes that can be a dangerous mix,
yeah, slippery slope.
And they have a lot of money.
They have more money than God. Yes.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
What about cybersecurity?
What about it?
How do you think that they will act in terms of cybersecurity and influencing legislation on cybersecurity?
Personally, I don't think it's going to be good. Like I said, we already know that Google and Facebook were they were supporting cybersecurity legislation, which is damaging to the public's privacy online. Through CISPA and through other legislation that's been passed around on the Hill. So if they're going to go ahead and put their money back towards whatever is going to be good for them, are they going to go ahead and continue to ramp up donations to these people to try to get those issues moving along? I don't think it's going to be that good. We're really just going to have to wait, though.
We're going to have to wait and see. There's one thing that I do know for sure, that you are going to be keeping a close eye on them and going to be writing all about it on the website.
I wouldn't be too sure, but we'll see.
RT.com/USA.
That's me.
Follow Andrew Blake. Andrew, great to have you on. That was Andrew Blake, web producer here at RT.
Thanks, Liz.